Welcome back to the Content Creator Weekly Show. I'm Frederic Bruneau and I'm here with Cyril Coste.
Hello, Frederic. Today we are thrilled to be back for our fifth episode, and we are going to dive into some very interesting topics today that we are really excited to share with you.
That's right, Cyril. We are going to start off by discussing LinkedIn. Everybody knows LinkedIn, but we are not going to talk about the ability to make connection or something else. We are going to talk about why LinkedIn is not the influencer network some of you believe.
And that's a very interesting point, Frederic, because many people assume that LinkedIn is an influencer platform to create content, but it's not its primary goal. And we are going to see what that means and how to use LinkedIn effectively to achieve your goal. We will also be discussing in our tool of the day, Perplexity. It's a competitor to Chat GPT and potentially Google search. So is it a viable alternative to what is available on the market? We are going to dive into a bit more in depth and why should you consider it.
And of course, we'll be highlighting our influencer of the week, Antonio Viera Santos. Antonio is a real soft leader in his industry, and we are excited to share his insight and success with you.
And finally, we'll be presenting the Chat GPT prompt of the week. And this is your chance also to showcase your writing skills and creativity. And we are going to show you how to use it effectively to create some market research and know a bit more about your audience.
So sit back, relax as we explore these fascinating topics in today's episode of the Content Creator Weekly Show. So, Cyril, LinkedIn. Before to start, I'd like to share with you a short story. Yesterday, I lunched with one of my friends. She is a brilliant entrepreneur working on B2B, fintech, and legal tech areas. And, by the way, I'm pretty sure she could be a great guest for this show. And we spoke about our today episode. And I'm really fascinated about her reaction. You know, she said, "I'm happy you speak about that because LinkedIn is a little bit disappointed for me." And and I'm asking her why. And she started explaining her LinkedIn journey. And it's really interesting. Listen, and she said, "Years ago, I spent so many times working on my posts, making research to create interesting and catchy content for LinkedIn. As a result, I get some views, likes, but not what I hope for such kind of network. And at the same time, she saw very, very poor quality content have tremendous reach on LinkedIn." And she said, "Oh, it's really frustrating." And now she said, "I just write my LinkedIn post just in few minutes, like I do, in fact, on Facebook, and I've got better results. And when I want to create great content, I do it on my blog. And I just use LinkedIn to have visibility, to connect with other people, and just to make sure people remind me." Wow, I think it's a real huge story, and a lot of people could share this story. And because I'm not surprised, a lot of people do the same observation. You know, that's also why the average spending time on LinkedIn is only 3 minutes per week at the end. So, if we are just regarding this story, what could we say for other content creators? I say the primary features of LinkedIn is not to create content. It's just to connect you with other people. And at the beginning, only in a view of hiring more and more people and finding a new job. So it's at the beginning a tool for people who are looking for a new job and for recruiters. And a lot of advertising that are made on LinkedIn also is also about that topic. So at the beginning, it's a real way LinkedIn was built. And content was just an add-on, in fact, in LinkedIn. And I say what she said is really interesting. She said, "I just want to be visible by other and remind me that I existing, you know." And for other kind of interesting content, there is a link to my blog or something like that. And for content creators, is also very, very important. You don't have to spend, in my view, too much time creating great content on LinkedIn, but use LinkedIn really to catch people attention, and to after that to be able to send them to other platform like Medium, like your own blog, like your YouTube channel, your podcast, and so on, to share with them insight and content about what you think. It's really important. So the way LinkedIn is used now as it's completely different about what people think at the beginning. I saw a lot of people, and I really want to have your reaction on that, Cyril, because I speak, but I also want to have your reaction about that. But I saw too many people spending time to write on LinkedIn with no result at the end.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As you mentioned, the first goal of LinkedIn is networking, is connecting
Yeah.
people. So, and you can see that if you see a breakdown of their revenues, 85% of the revenues is coming from selling recruiters' seat. A recruiter's
Wow.
seat is basically $10,000 per year and give you access to more
Really?
detailed information about potential candidate, better search, etc. So 85% of the income is selling basically a database to recruiters. About 10% comes from selling a LinkedIn Premium on LinkedIn Navigator, so more like sales focus, and 5% is about advertising, the very annoying advertising that you see on LinkedIn. So you can see basically they are not going to focus on advertising, which would be justified if they focused on content, because it's only 5% of their
Yeah,
revenue. So that's why
absolutely.
LinkedIn is absolutely rubbish in terms of content, and why you shouldn't spend too much time. You also
So
see,
you
and
confirm what my friends say at the end. You confirm what my friends say. Don't spend too much time on creating specific content
no, and
for LinkedIn.
I'm going to give you two reasons why you shouldn't. Why? There are two reasons why someone will um, have a successful post on LinkedIn. Okay, the main two reasons. It can happen to everybody. From time to time, I'm lucky I get something that take off. But the first one is you are part of a engagement hub. Okay, so that's to
Okay.
say you join a group of other people and you just basically repost and comment on each other post in order to catch the algorithm to get your post more visible. Okay.
Okay.
Problem with this strategy is that LinkedIn at one point can detect, if they really want it, this engagement ring, and they can basically deprioritize visibility of the content. So it's not a sustainable. It's like a hack. The
Yeah.
second way is basically
But
to use,
a dangerous hack, because if
well, like all
LinkedIn
the hacks,
detect,
absolutely, like all the hacks, they are short term.
yeah,
Okay, the only long term strategy is to engage with your community and create great content and deliver value. That's
yeah,
that's no long-term hack. The second hack is to use um, some templates that have proven to work again and again, such as,
okay,
don't do this. If you want to be successful, don't do this, just do that, tip one, tip two, tip three. It seems that this kind of what I call inspirational rubbish or inspirational bullshit seems to work very well, not only on LinkedIn, but also on Twitter.
yeah,
Don't do this. If you want to be like this, you need to do that extra. So you have a lot of very similar content um, that seems to work. Why? Because it's catchy. It's more like a reactive like or reactive repost than something as a does what he says or she says make sense. It's not even that. It's, oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, uh, secondly, as you mentioned, and you had a very good point, is the 3 minutes per week, and
absolutely.
that's why LinkedIn tries to keep you on their platform, because they want you to spend more time on their platform, and they deprioritize content with the external link in the content, which is
Absolutely. This is crazy because you have, for instance, if we speak about video, you can have great video on YouTube and so on. And if you want to share with other people on LinkedIn, in fact, it's not working in terms of algorithm view because it's not an embedded video in LinkedIn. And it's totally crazy because on LinkedIn, you've got a lot of restriction also about video. So they are not really comfortable on that things, on that part, I think. They just do the minimum to allow people to share some content and so on. But doing that, the problem is now sometimes it looks like Facebook.
they look like it. I think there is a danger there. That Facebook, like, it's 100% advertising revenues, basically,
Yeah,
versus 5%. Okay. They say
yeah,
there is no reason why LinkedIn shouldn't have a much better editor, much better analytics, much better connection tool and recommend, because they have very stable revenues versus Facebook, who you don't, don't know how this is their advertising strategy. So don't overthink it. Think it. Just go for it. Be authentic. Authenticity will work. Don't try to
always.
copy. Seems to work, and trying to catch the latest trend. As we said, little hacks don't last.
Okay, and don't spend too much time working on the content. Use the advice Cyril give you, and if you want
With purpose.
to show
With purpose.
your skills, you have to work also with other networks. And speaking of showcasing skill, let's move on our next topic, perplexity. By the way, I think it's a terrible name for a brand,
I love
Perplexity.
it. I love it.
You love it? First time I heard about a company called Perplexity, I
Perplexity.
say, whoa, it's strange.
Ooh. So
It's really strange.
perplexity.ai. I love it. I love it.
You remember the name for sure. And in the introduction, in fact, you mentioned that Perplexity could be seen as a new Chat GPT or a Google search competitors, and it's really an interesting tool, and especially I think for content creators. And we just want to share with you a prompt example that we have made on Perplexity. Cyril, maybe you can tell us more about also how you discover this tool.
I don't remember how I discovered it. Maybe I would just search on Google ChatGPT competitors. But what I was looking for, and this has been the number one critique against ChatGPT since day one. You do not know the sources that have
Absolutely.
helped to generate, the content, and it's a problem. Trust the sources, you cannot really trust the outcome of ChatGPT. And what is
Absolutely.
great with Perplexity, it works. It's very similar to ChatGPT. You write a prompt, it generates an outcome, but if you go
just
down, Frederic,
just to explain what we've got on the screen, Cyril, we just write this prompt: generate a job description for a senior product owner in B2C retail, focusing on marketing and customer engagement. And this is the answer of Perplexity.
Okay, so you can see the outcome is very well structured, exactly what you would expect into a job description. Yeah. You have all the keywords that we mentioned, B2C, marketing, customer engagement. It's also very focused on product owner role. You can see roadmap, cross-functional teams, design, marketing, communication, product backlog. So, clearly this is a proper job description for a senior product owner. But if we go down now, if you scroll down,
and this is maybe the most important thing about Perplexity.
Yeah, it's basically we have the sources. We know, what are some of the sources that have been used to create this content, and we can see basically that it has used some other job descriptions in order to create this job description. So now we are a bit more, we can trust the outcome a bit more. And I think you have also a date. Sometimes,
in fact, if you go here, you can have more details, and you have the links and check the sources. So it's very, very interesting. And most important, when you are a content creator and you want to produce content, make research, and so on, if you've got the sources, you could also put the link to your blog article or something like that, and it also works very well for your SEO strategy at the end. So I think for content creator, it's a tool they need to have a look on it and to start. If some of you have already tried Perplexity, we will be more than happy to have your feedback. So don't hesitate to put something into comment or in the chat and to exchange with us about that. And what is also very cool about Perplexity, sometimes, it's when you have related question to complete the first prompt. For instance, here. So if you ask what are the key responsibility of a product owner in B2C retail, you just have to click and you have another answers, always with the sources, and also the ability to complete your first question. So I think it's very interesting the way it's working. And last but not least, what could be really cool, they will be also on iPhone, and so you will be able to have an app on your mobile to make the search, and you can also make some really traditional search and use it as a search engine. So at the end, in my opinion, it's an hybrid between Chat GPT and Google search. And it's really interesting for content creators because you can document a lot of your research thanks to that.
Absolutely, completely agree with what you just said. I think the more you use it, the more you learn.
Yeah.
Because of their suggested prompts, it really helps you, also to write better in the future.
Yeah.
We will come back to
absolutely
prompts also in some future episodes. But
so maybe in few episodes we will be able to create prompt for Perplexity.
Yeah.
And not only for Chat GPT.
Usually when you can prompt, to one tool, they kind of work on all
absolutely.
the other ones. Yeah. Let's go to our influencer of the week.
Yeah, let's move on to our influencer of the week. It's Antonio Viera Santos. He's a content creator who has been inspiring us with his incredible work, and especially about customer experience and research and so on. He has a unique style, and is not afraid to take risk and experiment with different type of content. I know, Cyril, Antonio is one of your friends. Could you please tell us a bit more about Antonio's journey?
Antonio, the IT company Atos. He works, I think, in the kind of social media and community management team there. He is based in Ireland, if I don't say anything stupid. And what you see to it is really what you get in real life.
Yeah.
And why I wanted to put Antonio, on the spotlight is and his commitment around accessibility and everything he does around this. So he co-hosts one of the biggest Twitter chat a weekly Twitter chat called the AX chat, which is, I think, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. UK time. And it's really the biggest
We
Twitter
will
chat around
put the
not
we
just
will put the
accessibility,
link.
but also, yeah,
We will put the link to the Twitter chat in the comments. Yeah.
Around not just accessibility, but also inclusion. And when you start to follow what they are doing at AX's chat, you can see that basically the dimensions. See,
Absolutely.
what does inclusion mean? It's especially in terms of technology. It's how people, like 16, about 1% out of 6 is colorblind. So
Yeah.
if you're not color, so how do you design a better app, a better experience, for colorblind people? If you're not colorblind yourself, you're not going to understand what that means. So
Yeah.
and also Antonio is really a social media genius. Like you see him with his phone, shooting, editing, adding the captions, and like doing like tack 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 tack. It's like
He's
it's incredible.
multitasking guy. He's a multitasking guy. It's
No,
crazy.
believe me, it's
It's
really
crazy.
impressive.
But
He will put like any 15 years old, he will shame them.
absolutely. But what you said is very important about inclusivity. Yeah, Antonio is working on, and not only Antonio but also Deborah. They are working on this topic now for a long time, and they really have a larger view about what inclusivity could be. And for instance, and I share with you this insight before, you know that you probably all recognize my beautiful French accent, and I'm living in France. And in France, when we speak in tech about inclusivity, most of the time we have just a very short view about what it could be. And recently I have the opportunity to exchange with product manager in the US, and they completely open my eyes about what inclusivity need to be when you are not only working in tech area but more generally. And it's very important to see that topic, especially if you are content creators, and to be able to speak to everybody. And really, I really encourage people to have a look about the work of Antonio, and join their chat, their Twitter chat. It's very, very cool. It's very, very cool. And Cyril, guess what? It's time for a little bit of Chat GPT.
Prompt of the week,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
prompt of the week. So this week, on
this week a
what we...
different
Yeah, I like it.
different
Tell us more.
flavor. So it's about marketing research. So a bit less content, but let's see how we can structure it. Uh, a lot of people are using ChatGPT for SEO, for writing article, whatever. But you can also use it as, give me some ideas for my market research. How should I treat this market differently, etc. So we extended
Yeah.
a prompt
Let
that
me...
we found. I don't know if you have it. Yeah.
yeah, I will share my screen and we will speak about baby equipment customer avatar.
Yeah, so basically this week ChatGPT is going to be our marketing expert in audience research. So what we want to understand is, how do you address for the same market two different audiences, two different avatars? So the first one is I am building a customer avatar for the nursery and baby equipment retail sector, where I promote and sell push shares for the UK market. Okay? Create a table with male and female customer avatars describing, and now you are moving too fast, so I can't finish a sentence.
Oh, sorry, Cyril.
Describing a typical customer of the nursery and baby equipment retail sector. So you are doing your research to understand how you should sell a push share to a male or to a female customer. So we try, of course, to avoid to be too much cliche, but we want to understand, what are going to be the characteristic in terms of family demographics. But I think it's in this case, it's at the bottom. If you can scroll down the
Yeah.
bottom, it's really much how what is your elevator pitch? Okay. So
Yeah.
it gives you some indication, about, so this is what after you need to validate with people in your team in terms of
What
demographics,
is
in terms.
what is funny is that we've got an elevator pitch only for male customer avatar and not female customer avatar.
Well, maybe if you regenerate the response, he will give you one.
We will try.
Yeah.
We will do it
Yeah.
in live.
You always have like different. If you buy a pusher, you're married with kids. So I think that's a good, that's a good check that
Yeah.
it works. Teacher, healthcare worker, extra. So this is after, for example, age and income are two very interesting information that you can double check with other information that you have
Yeah.
about your typical push share buyers. You can also like the interest and the hobbies. It's something you can also cross-check with your other data sources.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the goals, if you can check, you can go for the goals. I think that's very important.
We are on it. We are on it.
So there was a version that we did with Fred, where basically the goal for the man was mainly to find an affordable, and it was more focused on the price of the push share.
Absolutely.
While for the mom, it was more focused about the safety and the comfort of the baby. And I thought that was quite an interesting differentiation. So yeah, clearly, I think we are too long again, unfortunately. So we are not going to see the end. But
so we also show you the limits of Chat GPT sometimes.
Yeah. So here, what can be done is basically to run like two separate tables.
Yeah, but what is really important about this prompt is, if you are a content creator, you have to know your audience perfectly, and you can use ChatGPT to make some research and to have some insight about your audience to create the type of content they are looking for. So if you are a content creator and you are starting, you want to start as a content creator, don't start by entering ChatGPT and asking for blog titles. Start by asking about insight about your audience. And after that, you will be able to produce some content strategy. It's really, really important. So I think this prompt is really important for content creators. I suggest to show also about cycling avatar models.
Yeah. Under this, so if you want to understand market, but different market, let's say you are based in the UK and you would like to sell in the EU some cycling accessories. So just use the same prompt, just change a couple of things where you update your type of customer avatars / audiences that you want to check. Here you will notice also that we added the output of the table using some stars. It's quite important to it's a little ChatGPT to follow and deliver an outcome following a specific standard. It's better to provide it to him as a template. Okay, we will come back also in one of the coming weeks.
And also precise that each answer needs to be under 130 characters. So if we have a look about the information,
that's not a good outcome. It's exactly the same. Yeah. Maybe if you generate an answer, because when you have this case,
I will regenerate it.
Yeah, no problem. So honestly, when I use it, I can generate it 3-4 times.
And it's funny that it's not.
Yeah, stop generating, regenerate again.
Yeah.
There's no real
Now
limit
it's
of how
working.
many times you can read. Steady, ambitious to have some differences. So in some previous versions we did, it was very interesting because I was far more focused on a commuting aspect. They say it was used as a commuting tool, while for the EU market, it was very much focused as a leisure market product. And that was knowing a bit the two markets. I think that's very true that in the UK, it's cycling is very much focused in urban areas for commuting.
But we know some difference. We know some difference. For instance, what can if we say about challenge? Some are it's safety weather, some it's safety hills. They want to find right gears, navigating. So we have some different answers. Once again, always remember that ChatGPT is not perfect. It's just a tool to help you, but it's important to use this kind of prompt to generate to better understand, in fact, your targeted audience. And if you want to have this prompt, feel free to DM us. We will be more than happy to exchange with you on this specific topics. And Cyril, that's it for this week episode. We hope you want to add something? No.
I say, oh gosh, it's already half an hour. You don't see the time flying.
Oh yeah, always with you. That's it for this week episode. We hope you enjoy it and learn something new. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting content. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.